Hey, this is your girl, Lai.
And this is Tanya.
And welcome to another episode of Whatever God Says podcast. This is a space for conversation on faith, spirituality, and the transformative power of divine guidance. We'll explore topics like peer pressure, relationships, all of us know about those, overcoming the past, stewardship, cha-ching, home, helpmate, and motherhood. Join us as we dive into these issues with relevant scriptures each day.
You are now tuned in.
Whatever God Say podcast. Yeah, I said how to pray for me, but on a lighter note, we talk about being prepared. I like how the ants move when I think about the word prepare.
Well, yes, we could find it in Proverbs 6:6-8, and it says, "Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider it, ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores in provision in summer and gathers his food at harvest." So basically, the ants, what they do, they work all summer. Mm-hmm. They collect their food and store it for the winter. You know, winter's cold, so
yes. And
no one wants to go outside in the winter. So we got to learn from the ant to store in the summer. So in the winter, we don't have to go out there.
Right. I know a lot of people, when you go to their house, they have things stocked in their basements and their garages. And the way that things are happening politically, I think it's time for us just to prepare for life. Not even talking about preparing for a man. We need to prepare for life.
Yes, the future.
What are some things that you think that we can prepare for? I know that I've been stocking some rice. I can live off of some rice. If we don't... rice and beans. I can live off of rice and beans. Solar lights. You can get those right from the Dollar Tree.
Batteries.
Solar lights. The non-battery operated lights.
Right.
You can put them outside, let the sun hit them during the day, and bring them in at night.
Solar.
And they're only $1.25. So it's not Dollar Tree anymore. So it's $1.25 tree. But you can get those from the Dollar Tree.
Yes.
I mean, even if people were going crazy about the tissue thing, remember?
Yes.
Going crazy about tissue and toilet paper. If tissue and toilet paper run out, get a rag.
Yes.
Right? Get a rag, okay? Because it's not that much tissue in the world that's going to survive. Even if we still buy it, it's going to eventually run out. So you have to learn how to compromise with other things.
Survive.
Yeah, survive. Back in the day, people used to wash clothes with hands. We didn't always have a washer and dryer when I was growing up.
Right.
If things got dirty, if we couldn't make it to the laundromat, we washed it at that sink.
Scrubbing board.
We scrubbed, right.
Scrubbing board.
Some people had a scrubbing board. I had the sink. And I washed it with that soap, that bar of soap, or whatever I had available, and I washed it and I hung it up to dry.
Yes.
You go ahead.
Me and my girlfriend were talking about, what do you call those things? Generators.
Yes,
Yeah.
generators.
Yeah,
You need
for
it.
the
Yes.
house. If the lights was to go out, just for emergency. You need stuff. You never know what is going to happen, so you have to be prepared in all aspects.
Yes.
In season and out of season.
Absolutely. And you just need to. I used to have these Muslim friends when I was growing up. And I tell you, her family, as far as food was concerned, they were ready. As far as food was concerned, I don't know if they had generators and things like that, but I know their whole basement was stocked. It looked like a supermarket. It looked like a supermarket because you just never know. I don't eat a whole lot of canned food, but I know canned food keeps.
Yep.
Over, if your freezer goes out,
Right.
then your food is going to go bad. Everything in the freezer is going to go bad. So if you want to survive, right, it is good to keep a couple of cans of canned food. Not a couple of cans, but a whole lot. Especially, it depends on how big your family is. And I can see there was a part in the Bible it was about the lady in a light or something, and she wanted to borrow the other lady's
Oh,
light.
they five
The
wives.
virgin.
Yeah, she
Yeah, the
didn't want to
virgins.
prepare herself. She was
virgin.
unprepared, so she
Yeah.
wanted to use the other lady's
Lights.
stuff.
Yeah.
The oil.
And- yes, the oil, and it's like, no, I hate to be that way, but it's about survival now.
Yes, yes.
Survival of the fittest. It's
Yes.
about survival now, daughter.
Yeah.
It's like you guys, because
Yes.
if the towers go down, you've seen what happened to TikTok.
Yes.
And everybody was crazy for a few minutes. That was just a trial.
A trial.
Yeah.
That was just
At
a trial.
24 hours, because it was just
believe
24
it.
hours.
Yes, I believe that, and for whatever reason, I believe it. And it's just like, you gotta be ready. I said,
Yeah.
You see that? You see, and that was just for entertainment purposes, and for some people they sell stuff on TikTok
Right.
and stuff like that. So they
People
want
are making money.
People are making money and things like that. But I was like,
Yeah.
something's going on. Something's kind of fishy here. Something's kind of fishy, and we gotta just be ready.
Yeah.
It's just like we said, the 10 virgins, 5 were wise.
And
And 5 were foolish. So then the foolish ones wanted the wise to give them oil. And they told them, no, go and buy your oil. And they went, and when they came back, they couldn't get in.
They couldn't get in.
They were shut out. The others were prepared.
You see?
Yeah.
Just like that.
There are walkie-talkies they're making right now that can go for hundreds of miles.
Okay.
That can travel. So you guys go on Google, go on Amazon. There are walkie-talkies that I can talk to somebody from New Jersey here. They have those walkie-talkies now available. So get your family together if you have to, get money together, and make sure people have that walkie-talkie stored at their house and put it on a certain station just in case you have to reach your family and friends. Okay, you can reach me on this station if need be. Keep your battery stocks and don't be overusing them thinking you can use those walkie-talkies like they're phones.
It's just for
For
emergency.
For emergency, and say,
Purpose.
hey, within this certain amount of time, we're going to turn it off or what have you, save the battery life, and then we're going to turn it back on at a certain time if we need be.
And you're talking like people live in other countries, because my husband had the opportunity to go to Africa, Cape Town, South Africa, and he had told me that at certain times the electricity goes off. And I said, what? what? It goes off, and then what happened? And he said,
That's it.
It's just it. And I said, do they give you a time when it goes off? And he was like, no. I was like, at least let me get prepared.
You always gotta be prepared.
Yes, it's like but I need to be prepared for people who are not prepared. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no special time when you know this is going to happen. So you have to be prepared. Get those candles.
Get the candles.
Get the candles.
Get the heating blankets. They have the blankets for people who actually go camping. They have those. What is it? It look like foil.
You really need to get with a camper, though.
Yeah, get with a camper.
Those campers know how to live.
Yeah.
They know how to live.
We need to be like the Boy Scout and Girl Scout.
Oh, I was thinking about that.
Be prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Get your kids in that. Get the kids in there. I watch a lot of videos of how you could turn dirty water into purified water.
Purify water.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to start really looking into those things. Like if you don't have no tissue, get the rags. Keep the rags. Learn how to purify your water. Get the Brita filters and stuff like that. Get those little hand filters where if you gotta purify the water, you can do that. Like we have things out here. And then if you have enough money, if you can change your lights to solar panel. Because that's my goal. When I get a house, I'm getting solar panel
Talked about that
lights.
too last night.
Get the solar panels if you're able to. If you don't have solar panel lights, get some. They got some little panels that you can buy. You can actually buy a panel and set it on your rooftop and put it. You can buy the panels. The way that the world is nowadays.
Okay.
There's so many options. It's just that can possibly work around your budget. But yeah, get ready, ladies. Get ready. Like the Proverbs 31 woman. She was in charge of the house. She was the maker of the house. She did everything. You know, that is our due diligence. That is our job. Even though God said, oh, men are the providers, women, we have the brains. We are the brains behind them, for real.
Yes, yes.
We are the brains. We are the neck. We are the spine. We are everything to these men, okay? That's why when you look in the Bible, sometimes they're like, oh, a nagging woman can send a man to a rooftop. It's just so much stuff. Like, it's so much stuff. We have the power to build or break.
Yes.
I didn't really understand how much power we have. It's like really the men, God forgive me, are the ones with the emotional problems. We have to really be the mothers of life. As much as we want our emotional needs fulfilled, we have to esteem people higher than ourselves. We really have to put the man before ourselves. We are special creatures. God prepared us. We can think from both sides of our brain. How about that? Sometimes it ain't a good thing because we could be thinking too much, and that's why he made men. So we can give them our ideas, and they can logically be like, okay, I thought about what you said. We're going to go with this because we can think of so much. We can do a lot. We're like octopus, human octopus. We can do so much. We can multitask
At
like
the same
nothing
time.
else. I could be in the house cooking, cleaning, talking on the phone, everything simultaneously. Taking care of my child, I can hear what he's saying with somebody hearing on the phone. Men, they got to do one thing at a time. God made us very special. Sometimes it feels like, Dad, why we got this burden to bear? Blame Eve. Okay? But as for right now, he gave us a mission. He gave us a task. We got things we got to do. You can win more bees with honey. You got to cook. You got to clean. And you can get your way. It's so easy. I'm learning we can get our way by saying less and just doing. And then we be at the hands and the feet.
Say less, ladies. Say less.
Get more. Amen.
We have a song back home that says, washing, cooking, and falling down. You can do everything at the same time.
Yeah.
We just got to be prepared. Prepared.
Prepared.
Preparation, that's the key.
Yes.
That is the key.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Whatever God Say podcast. We hope you were blessed. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and follow us on Instagram. We'll see you next time.